Hey, what's going on, YouTube family, friends? Mike Sneed coming to you all. I want to tell everybody good afternoon. Um, thanks. I thank YouTube sent the notice out to everybody. I try to get it out a little quicker these days. Um, I just want to remind everybody if you're in the area, June the 17th through the 20th, we're gonna have rocking on Rayford, and we're gonna have the Juneteenth celebration. So that'll be 17th through the 20th. On the 17th, that's gonna be a Thursday. We're gonna have rocking on Rayford again. You saw me do a show on that a week or two ago. With that, we're gonna have the I'll be responsible this time to bring out the band. So we're gonna have K. Ron and friends, which is my cousin, their band and be out playing. On Friday, I'm gonna do a little seminar on how to start a business. On Saturday, I'm gonna have a car show. That's when I'm gonna reveal the YouTube channel car. And then on Sunday, they're gonna have a gospel program also. We got that going on. If you're in the area and you'd like to come out, we'd love to have you out for Juneteenth if you're not doing anything. Next week, I'm going to release the new dates for the hands-on live event. For people who want to sign up for that, we'll be releasing the new dates next week. And also, I'll be coming out with the first two, I think it's first three, maybe the first three modules for the ice cream parlor. So I'll be getting that out also. Like I said, I want to thank everybody who have purchased the Appliance Boot Camp, and we'll have those new dates coming up. Graduation is this Friday for my daughter, so I have that out the way also. Okay, tonight I'll go ahead and get into it. Tonight we're gonna be talking about tech support, and like Ghostbuster says, who you gonna call? Who you gonna call when things go wrong? Um, and this is my theory. This is the way I've done things, uh, and with all stuff that I'm doing now. When I'm doing something new, um, people might say now with appliance repair, "Oh, you've been doing it for almost 20 years, so it's easy for you." But the same thing, I do this when I'm building these buildings and stuff and renovating. I take I take the same step for everything. Because back in the days, the thing why people want tech support, I'll tell you how this tech support came about anyway. But back in the days, what made Harvard, Yale, and Princeton and all the Ivy League schools so great wasn't so much the professors, but it was their libraries. Because back then, everybody had to go buy these books and you had to have artifacts. And if you had a library that contained a lot of books and a lot of information and stuff, then that made your school more prestige because people could go there and study because you had all this information in your libraries that people could get, and that's what made your school so much better. And and what happened? They isolated a lot of people from that information, so you would actually go there just to study, so you got access to that information, and it kept you dependent upon them. So that's why those degrees from those Ivy League schools carry so much weight because they figured you had all that access to information while you were there. But today, the library, I don't think nobody even go to a library anymore. Today, the library has been obsolete with the use of the cell phones and stuff. Now with your cell phone, this little cell phone that we have right here, um, it has access to more information than probably all the Ivy League libraries combined. It ain't no possible. It is. You got access to all the information that those Ivy League libraries had combined, and you can multiply it by 1,000. It wouldn't come close to what you can get right here in your cell phone, and you can get it instantly. So now that kind of put everybody on a level playing field, as far as having access to information. So now it doesn't really matter pretty much what school you go to, because everybody can get the same information. So it's not so much a pedigree from the what school you went to anymore. But the same thing was going on when I first got into the service field. They were doing the same thing with the appliances. The manufacturer, they would produce these booklets whenever they develop new product lines, and it's nothing like it is now. They would make a new product line, and they'd keep that product line. I mean, they'd make four or five different appliances, and they'll keep that product line going for maybe 8 to 10 years. So from 8 to 10 years, they wouldn't make nothing but that same product line of appliances. And when I was an engineer, I saw the same thing happening too, where you make just one product, and then that product you just keep manufacturing, and you do a little bit of spin to it, but it had the same basic platform for 8 to 10 years before you even decided to actually to move and do something different. And what they would do, they would actually produce a service manual for that product. When they went to a new product, they produce a service manual, and the service manual it had a part number just like the part for your lid switch, and you could order it directly from the appliance warehouse, and you can get that whole series of those product lines. And at that time, we thought it was pretty expensive. So what would happen? A lot of the shops and a lot of the companies they kept that those service manuals at their shop. They didn't give each technician their own product line manuals, and you will get them for all of them. You get them for Frigidaire, you buy them for Maytag, you buy them from Sub Zero. If you done their warranty work, they will automatically send them to you. So you will have all these service manuals, and you will keep them there at the shop. And what they would do, a lot of times when a technician got real old, a senior tech, and he couldn't go out on the field like he used to and make repairs. A lot of times that person sat in the office and became more like the service manager or more like tech support for sub technicians that were out in the field. So back in the days when I was working at Sears, if I'm out in the field and I'm stuck and I don't have a schematic and I don't have a service manual for a product, I will ask the customer, "Do you mind if I use your phone? I need to call to the shop and get some information about your washing machine or about your dryer." So I will call to the actual shop. I think I forget the guy name. Man. I'm just gonna say Charlie. Charlie answered the phone, and I said, "Hey Charlie, this is Mike. I'm out here. I'm working on the blah 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 blah. There's no what I don't have a manual, and I don't have a schematic here. And it's not it say it's not heating up. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna go over. This is a gas range uh, that somebody had asked me about earlier today. So what Charlie would do, he'd go to the service manual, and he would actually uh, he would actually look it up, and he'll do something like this. He'll say, okay, what you need to do, you need to check, go to the safety valve. That's what the guy called it earlier today. You know, a lot of people call this device right here. Some people call it a safety valve. This is a whirlpool. They call it a bake valve. Some people call it a control valve. There's different names. Don't get so caught up on the semantics, but you know what it is when he's talking about it. If you were to talk to my granddaddy back in the day, everything was a whatchamacallit. That's why I say it so much. Or it was a doohickey. You know, you go check this doohickey right here. Don't get so caught up on the semantics. You know exactly what it is, and you know how to test it. He said, test this for continuity. You go there and you test for continuity. I got continuity. And then he'll say, well, check the bake igniter. See if you got continuity there. You check that, you got continuity. Okay, you need to now check to see if you got power coming out, feeding out there to it. And you be like, what pins? I don't know. He'll tell you then. You need to go to the on the control board. You need to go to connector pin, connector one pin one, and you need to go to connector two pin one, and you should get 120 volts coming out. If you're not getting 120 volts coming out, then you want to verify if you got 120 volts coming into it. So he'll say if you're not getting 120 volts there, um, go and check uh, connector two pin four and connector one pin one. If you got 120 there, you know you got 120 coming in. Then you know you got something wrong with the oven control board. You need to check the oven control board. So you will go do that, and he'll fix the problem for you. And then he'd be like, okay, thank you, Charlie. I got it. And then from there, you what you call you go there and fix the problem, and you go. And so people got used to having that. They're used to having Charlie sitting in the office where they can call and Charlie walk through there and just read the schematics and stuff for them. And a lot of times people didn't have to know how to read schematics. Charlie read schematics for them. Well, now what happens? Manufacturers now they're figuring out, hey, I don't have to because of technology and stuff now. I don't have to print out service manuals anymore. I can just put a tech sheet up, tech manual up on just one tech manual up on a server, and I ain't got to pay the printers, and I ain't got to pay for no paper or nothing. Everybody can download it. So we started doing that. You could at one point in time, up until probably about 5 or 6 years ago, I could go to any manufacturer and and download all their service manuals. They gave everybody free access to it. Well, then Whirlpool came up one day, probably about 10 years ago now, and said they're going to start charging. I think maybe $1,000. It started off maybe 200. They went to 500, then $1,000. I think I don't know what it is now to actually access their service manuals. And so that's when a lot of people start saying they crazy because now what's happening? You got Whirlpool say they're gonna charge you if you don't do that. If you're not an authorized service provider. You got Frigidaire saying they're gonna charge you if you're not authorized service provider. You got all the manufacturers that are doing this, trying to force you into becoming an authorized service provider and fixing stuff under warranty. So they want a service tax. So you had some companies that said, okay, I'm not going to be paying everybody all this money trying to get a service manual. You had some people who start to just specialize and say, I'm just going to be a Whirlpool shop. And then just buy Whirlpools only, depending on what was in the area. Some people say they're just a Frigidaire. That's why you get these things now. Or some people say they don't do Samsung. Some of that still falls off because of that. They couldn't get access, or they didn't have the service manuals. They couldn't read schematics and like the electronic part. And they just say, I just want to stick to this one specific thing that I know. And once they get too much electronics coming in on Whirlpool, then I'm just going to close my shop. I'm not going to do. You hear a lot of old timers say, I'm not going to be doing all this new stuff. I'm just once they go Whirlpool goes all electronic, I'm getting out. So that's where that happened. And then what started to come up, that's where you start to get the appliancetologies, and we used to have like service tech help. We started getting these websites coming up where people say, okay, I don't want to pay the fee. I don't want to pay the fee to have access to everybody's stuff. I'm not going to let everybody hit me over the head. I would much rather pay Appliancetology $200 a year, and Appliancetology then can he'll take, if everybody pay Appliancetology, and Appliancetology then take the money and go out and get the service, get access to all the service manuals, and he have them at one specific place. That's a lot easier than me going out paying to have access to everybody's stuff. So that's where you start seeing that stuff pop up, and people start using those guys, and from there that gives us to where we are right now, where now we're still the place where we still have the Appliancetology, service tech help. They're not up anymore. You got MSA, and you got all those places. Those places now have became your tech support, because now there's no longer Charlie sitting there waiting for you to call in to tell you what pins and stuff you need to put your meter on and how to test stuff. You're now just going to Appliancetology, and some of the Facebook groups now are very good. You got Appliance Bootcamp, Appliance Alliance. I think it is Appliance Alliance. Forgive me for messing that up. You got Sales System groups. Within those groups, that's now is your tech support. If you have a problem, you got hundreds of people all across the United States, all across the world. They can give you an answer if you run into a problem out there. So that now is your tech support. It's not no one person sitting out there just waiting for you to call. And the other thing too, because the manufacturers are making so many new products and making so many variations, I mean totally different product lines, so quick and stuff, there's not enough time for them to put together training programs the way they used to. Now you're gonna have to do a lot of training on your own, and that's what I'm teaching you. I'm teaching you where you go get the information from. You go to Go to Applianceology and you get the service manual. Let me tell you this: if you request a service manual and they send you the wrong service manual for your appliance, um, that doesn't mean to call me and tell me they sent you the wrong one. Just tell them that, hey, I got the wrong one. Can you resend it? That's what you do. But that's the stuff that we got to get to that point where we still got to get to the point where I got to teach you all that you all it's your business and you paying for a service and you can't be afraid to think that you're going to ruffle somebody's feathers or something. This is your business. So you got to be able to know how to talk to people. Not to order nobody, but just tell them, hey, that's the wrong one. Send me a new one. And ain't nobody gonna fire you. Ain't nobody gonna reprimand you. You ain't gonna get no points. Just hey, it's the wrong one. So that's where your server tech that's where your tech support is at. Because with me doing this, uh, there's only so many ways you can. It ain't but so many ways you can test a heater element. No, it's just so many ways that you can test a thermostat. So the fixing of the appliances, the more you do them, the more confidence and repetition you get, you'll find out fixing the appliances is the easy part. You can go type in YouTube how to test a bake igniter, gas oven bake igniter. You get 300 videos almost of everybody showing you how to do it. Just watch the videos. So I don't need to constantly be showing you how to test a oven gas igniter, showing you how to test continuity and stuff because there's only so many ways you can do it. Hardware failure. And I say hardware, I mean like a heater element, a gas valve, and all that stuff. Those are the easy stuff to fix because it's either right or wrong. You gotta trust your meter. If you go there and you put your meter on a oven valve or igniter and you don't get continuity, it's bad. You know, so trust your meter. It's telling you that it's bad. There's no need to then it's not. I get this a lot. Where somebody said the gas oven won't light. I'll say, have you checked the oven igniter? Yeah, I'm not getting continuity. Okay, put a new igniter on it. Yeah, but I'm looking and I see that my door switch light. I don't see that light coming on. Well, the light they ain't going. The lady call you for it not the gas oven not igniting. Now, if the light bulb is blown, that's something totally different. You need to change the light bulb, but I doubt if the light bulb. Now, the door, some of them door switches, granted on some models will keep the oven from turning on, but if it got blown light bulb, it ain't gonna keep the oven from turning on. So why even going down that route? Y'all get just sidetracked. You're just going too far and overthinking it, overcomplicating it. It is really just that simple if you look at it in that way. Look at it and other thing too. I want to tell you all follow the actual blueprint. When I say follow the blueprint, I mean go out here. If you want to call in, that's the link to get in. Follow the blueprint. I tell you when you first start, go out and get contracts for third party warranty companies that supply you with the parts. That way, if you misdiagnose something, it won't hurt you or it won't hurt your customer. And that's how you get your training. Now, granted, this is not like I say. How I come with my topics is what I talk about throughout the day. I was talking to a young man. I talked to three guys today, and it was going around about this tech help. I had three people ask me about tech help. But one guy told me that he had spent $150. He lost $150 because he thought it was his gas valve. He thought it was his gas. He thought it was his safety valve. He said safety valve. On the actual uh, video that I'm doing for the gas oven, we're actually looking at a hot point gas oven. So the hot point gas oven, They call their safety valve, oven control valve, or bake valve. They call it a control valve. Well, this is the schematic that he was looking at. They call this device right here a control valve, and some people call it the safety valve. The different manufacturers going to call. Let me get it here so we can see. All right. So this is the device he was talking about. This bake valve. Whirlpool calling it a bake valve. A lot of people call it safety valve. Some people call it the oven valve. On the hot point that we're looking at on the in the module, it's called a control valve. So now it's pointing to it saying a control valve. Um, he said he thought he said control valve because he doesn't see control here. He see control here. He goes and he got confused. He thinking I'm talking about right here. You see oven control board. This is the oven control board. This is the oven control valve. Um, the control valve. So what happened? You see the oven control. That's a circuit board. But I point to the actual device up under the stove, up under the range, and he see me point to it, but he's still looking here, and he's getting confused about the semantics. So he see that part, but he see this here, so he doesn't know what's the difference between the two, and that get to the point where you what you call. You have to look. You saw what I was pointing at was this right here, this valve right here. Then don't get so caught up on the semantics. You know, it's getting to the point now where we're gonna have to be like McDonald's, where you just take all the words off and just put a picture on everything, so people can just point to the pictures. They every manufacturer gonna have different names for stuff. So don't get so caught up on the semantics on stuff. But he what you call he'll fix his own oven. So he spent $150, I think, on the gas on the gas valve. I haven't quite figured out which part he ordered, but on the gas valve. But I think he got a problem with the oven control. We'll see from what he said. He says what happened. He got continuity here. He didn't get continuity on the igniter. He bought a new igniter and still didn't get continuity. Usually when that happens, that let me know either one or two things. Either you got your meter set to the wrong setting, or you testing it wrong, or it might be your meter. You might if you have a less expensive meter, it might not have enough juice to push through to get continuity. You would then have to put it on the ohm setting and check the ohms. But so that right there, I doubt you got too bad igniters. But he said he hearing something keep clicking. If he hears something click, and then he said it worked. If he don't hear it click, then it doesn't work. So that sounds like that relay. So I told him what he need to do. He need to turn it on and see if he get 120 volts from here to here between those two pins. He got 120 volts between those two pins. Um, then he knows something back here. If he don't have 120 volts between these two pins, then it's the actual control board. If he got 120 from here to here. From here to here is the input coming into the control board. From here to here is the output going out. And remember, when you're doing control boards, you measure the voltage coming in, you make sure you get the correct voltage coming in, and you make sure you get the correct voltage going out to an actual device. And that's how simple it is. There's nothing hard about that. And once you learn this, and this comes from studying, to be able to read these schematics and know what's going on. That's the only way you're gonna get that is by studying and reading this stuff. You're not gonna be able to look at the videos one time and be like it's not like a college where you read the videos one time and you say, okay, I'm done, I done read them, I'm ready to go to work. No, it's something you got to constantly study. You got to immerse yourself into it. A lot of times we have actually studied not to actually know the material, but we study to get the certificate so we could get a job. So once you do that, you don't really need to know the material anymore. You just want to be able to just take your paper up there and show them, say, hey, I completed the course. And that's what they used to tell us. You getting a college degree don't mean you need anything. This what people honestly used to tell me when I was first getting ready to go to college. It started off, you can get your degree in anything. They just want to make sure that if they give you a task, that you'll be able to complete it. And you go into college and completing your degree shows them that you could complete a task if they give it to you. And we believe that. And so, but now it's at the point where when you come out, they're expecting you to be able to perform whatever it is you say you can perform. And so, and and if you can't do that, people not going to be nobody's going to hire you. And especially now that you're running your own business, I'm teaching you how to run your own business. You got to know this because the only thing between you and fixing that appliance is you and what you go and study. And so the first couple of appliances that you do, you have to what's it called? You're gonna it's not gonna be nothing fast. You're gonna have to go there and study. You just like I used to pick up the phone in the customer house and call the shop and walk back and forth to the phone and all that. Go to your truck and pull up YouTube, pull up the videos, have your information in your truck. You just tell them, say, hey, I gotta go out to the truck and pull up my information for your range. I'll be right back. Give me a couple of minutes, and they don't mind. A lot of times, if you dare and you doing that, pulling it up, they think that they got their money worth. Versus once you really get good and you walk in and you know before you bring the part in hand when you come in and you fixing it in 5 and 10 minutes, that's when they start to guess. Is this? Do you have a bunch of these? You won't hear about 10 minutes. That's when you start having a problem. So take the time now. Don't feel rushed and just and fix it. And if you don't want the customer over your back, now it's a good time. Some of the people have told me they just say, hey, but due to COVID, we have to be in the room by ourselves. And so now with that, you can what you call you can have them not be in the room with you while you do your work, and just tell them say once I finish diagnosing, I give you I'll call out to you. But because of COVID, we have to be in by ourselves. But that's what it is. That's where we're at now. That's why a lot of people are not going to have no tech support. You got to get to the point where you learn. Once you learn how to obtain knowledge and how to cipher through it, what's the good stuff. Nobody could ever fool you again. Nobody. You could do anything. You could fix anything if once you learn how to think and can go get that information yourself. Nobody can fool you. Nobody can fool you. And a lot of times, what people want, they want to stay in the middle between you and the real information. Because if I can get in between you and the source of the information, I can control the way you think and view stuff. Prime example, Kwame Brown. For 20 years, we didn't know Kwame was the man that he was for 20 years. They look how they made the young man look for 20 years. Look how they made him look, and then you come to find out, man, he's smarter. He's the best product out the NBA so far that I've seen in a long time. He's a throwback to the old Muhammad Ali's and all those people. He's one of the he's getting a new light on athletes. And you thought all this time the guy was a bust and a loser, and because people got in the middle where we couldn't get that information directly from him. Once we got to the place where we can get that information directly from him, we find out, hey, guy's very intelligent. Guy's doing major things. Same thing with you and your appliance repair. Once you get to a point where you can fix this and you can read the schematics and you can read the service manual, you ain't got to call somebody to actually have them read it out to you and give you those instructions. You find out you can fix anything, and you'll find out that you what you call that you're not going to take what somebody tells you. I see you all. If y'all seeing something breaking all the time, and Whirlpool try to tell you it's something else, y'all don't believe it. I saw Gabe. Shout out to Gabe, washer and dryer money. Those gear cases. He wants to know what's going on in those gear cases. He don't believe what Whirlpool says. So what he do? He ripping one apart and he's gonna go find out what's wrong with that. And I've seen not only Gabe, I've seen a lot of y'all do that. Say, man, this stuff breaking too much. What's going on with it? Let me go inside this thing. And I'm gonna find out what really is going on. So that's what you all are doing, because what's happened now, y'all don't y'all know how to think, y'all know how the process works, y'all know how the products go together, and you don't believe what they tell you, and you're gonna go find out for yourself, and that's the way I want you. That's the way I want y'all to be about everything. Once you get this down pat, where you know you can go get the information yourself, you can fix everything yourself. You don't have to ask nobody for nothing. You get to the point where you start deciphering everything like that. Everything you do, you be like, don't do it for me. Show me. I don't know how you do it. And matter of fact, how do you think the person that you're calling? How you think they getting the information? Ain't nobody that much smarter than you are. You all are some of the brightest people that are out there. So you think somebody's smarter than you? You got to call them for the answer? No. You want to know where you get that information from. How do you come up with that information? Show me how you done it. Then I ain't got to call you back no more. That's it. But if I can get in between you and the information, then I can what you call. I can then start to limit. Oh, I don't want you to have the information. How long you been in business? But this is what they used to do back in the days. You go to the supply house. Um, you have an appliance repair company. No, I can't sell you that manual. You need to call one of these guys. Let them fix it for you. Yeah, HVAC companies still do that. You go to the supply house. They won't sell you no parts. They won't give you no information. They tell you got to call somebody to do it. And that's where it used to be with the appliance. Pick one of these cars up. Call one of these guys. They'll fix it for you. You buy that part, you on your own. Don't bring it back. And so you don't want to be there. You want to be at the point where they can't limit you. Where you gotta be dependent on somebody else to tell you the answers. You don't have to do that anymore. And everything you need to know on how to get to that is an appliance repair. Once again, appliance boot camp. Once again, like I tell you, appliance boot camp. The fixing of the appliances, you're gonna find out. You're gonna find out is gonna be the easier part. When you start getting those processes and trying to put that business together, that's when it get hard, and that's the stuff you're gonna be calling people for, because with those businesses, very few people can do those businesses. It ain't it ain't in no book. Only way you're gonna get a business up and running, you gotta be doing business. That's the only way you're gonna have to be able to do business. You got the only way you're gonna learn business is to do business. You're not gonna be able to study it in no book, and you gotta be in there, and you gotta get your hands dirty, and you're gonna have to go through that. Like the young man said, he was looking at it. He wasted $150. No, you invested $150 into your education, because now you're gonna realize when you before you do that, you're gonna go out there and check out the control board and everything else. So you just invested $150 into your education. If you make it back real quick, but we all have done that. We all done cracked a panel. We all done flooded something and had to fix stuff. That's all part of our education in doing this. The thing where you think you're gonna come in here and start a business and you're not gonna have any mishaps. If that's the case, you need to go. You need to quit any business you do. You always gonna have some mishaps when you starting businesses and you're doing something. You're going against everything. You're going against the laws of nature, bending nature and the laws of nature and taking advantage of it to get your mechanical advantage. And it's going to fight back. The same thing. You think if you're gonna come here and you're gonna get subs and you're gonna get subs to fit into your business structure and you're not gonna have any problems. Nah, you're gonna have problems with the subs. Same thing. You think you're gonna go here and buy ice cream and you think the freezer ain't gonna come unplugged this weekend. They sweeping and cleaning and they say no, somebody unplugs the freezer. You think that stuff ain't gonna happen? The universe gonna make that stuff happen. And when you see that, oh man, I need to put temperature alarms on that thing. So when the temperature alarm go off, I call, hey, check that freezer, see if is the light on. No, it's not on. Check and see if it's unplugged. No, it's not. You came halfway out, plug it in, because I had that happen. So so that's the stuff that you start to you start to fix, and you have to you tell nature or the universe, hey, you ain't gonna get me now. I'll catch you on that one. You gotta find another way to catch me. But yeah, that's what business is gonna be about. So you think you're gonna come here and it's gonna be an easy walk and you ain't gonna make no mistakes and have no lessons you're gonna learn? I hate to tell you, you're gonna constantly be learning lessons. I'm still learning lessons every day in appliance repair. Every day in all my businesses, I learn lessons all the time, all the time. I'm gonna read some of the stuff we got going on in the chat, and then we're gonna get out of here. What's up, Greg B? How you doing? Donnie Madden, what's up? My app, what's going on? All right. BK for the Rockies. What's good, ABC fam? Tuning in for K Time. Oh, you down there? You down in Kingston? All right, way to go. Hey, what's going up, Picture Man? 63. Aloha. Hey, how you doing? Aloha Appliance Repair. Ramsey, what's going on? Good evening, Mike ABC fam. Much needed topic. Thanks, thanks. Uh, what a tip, Mike and chat. Okay, there you go. All right, how you doing, Mr. Mechanical? Sean C, what's up? But yeah, this is something that a lot of people need to just like I said, it's the old way of thinking that you're gonna have service, you're gonna have tech support. You're not gonna have the manufacturers. They make the appliances now. They don't give you no tech support. A lot of them now put out YouTube videos to go do stuff. Nobody gives tech support and stuff anymore. And like I say, hardware failures are easy to catch. It's when those softwares, when they start giving you communication errors and like that, and you don't know, you got three boards trying to talk to each other, and you don't know which board it is. It could be and the manufacturer tells you, replace this board. If that board ain't fixed, replace the next board. That don't fix, replace that board. So what are you gonna do to tell the customer? You're gonna tell the customer, uh, 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 per the manufacturer instructions, I need to start off changing this board. If this doesn't fix, I have to change the next board. Then I got to change the next one. If it's the first board fix you, this will be your cost. But if I had to go through all three boards, then this will be the cost they would cost me to replace all three boards. Are you comfortable with making that repair for us to start the process of making that repair? If not, then she say no. Then you tell her keep your service call fee and you move on. But there's no way you can tell. And when you all call me and say, hey, we got a communication error, and it's telling me it could be one of these three boards. Which board is it? I don't know. Nobody knows. The manufacturer doesn't know. They just know one of the three boards are not communicating, or one of the two boards are not communicating. Well, what do I tell the customer? That's what I tell them. You got to tell the customer, this is what the manufacturer say do. It could be one of these two or three boards. If I got to replace all of them, this is your cost. If I replace one, this is the cost. If I replace two, this is your cost. Do you want to go ahead with the repair? And that's it. And you can't. This is another thing too for you all. It's not your job to make sure the customer can afford the repair. Your job is to tell them what's wrong, and uh, then from there, they'll decide if they can afford to make the repair or not. That's not your job. Your job is to diagnose and tell them the cost. Their job is to see if it's in their budget. You going out there, you trying to make it so somebody can afford the repair, you're gonna get yourself caught. You're gonna get hurt. What's gonna happen? You're gonna get out there. Something is gonna happen that something is gonna happen because you don't cut off the price of it. That's gonna make you lose money. I saw, for instance, the guy had a shut off valve on the washing machine. He went to turn it off and it snapped. With that, it's really, I saw the guy was going to pay for it, the plumber to come out, but that's not your problem. That's the homeowner's problem because you go out there, the valve is rusted and stuff, and you turn it off and it snaps off. There's nothing you done malice or anything to it. It was just ready to break, and you just happen to be one who turned it. So with that, they can actually call the plumber out. But what you need to do, just go to Lowe's or Home Depot, get you some shark bites for the wash machine shut off valve. And when it breaks off like that, you can just take your knife and just cut it off and make it nice and round, and you just push it on. Push it on, and it's good, and it cuts, and you're good. And from there, it's up to if they want to get a plumber to come out, they can, or they just keep it on. But no, that's not your problem to fix. And a lot of times when you all are doing dishwashers installs and stuff like that, you tell them Hey, if I turn the shut off valve off and it's dripping and it's leaking, that's not our responsibility. Or if it snaps, it's not our responsibility. Especially when they have the old Plex, that like white pipe and stuff. That's easy to snap. So you let them be aware of that. Facts, Mike. That OTJ is the way of life being a tradesman. It is. I hope ain't nobody doing that. Shake my head. Call Mike about what appliancetology did this. Oh yeah, I get two or three of those a day. Where they gave me the wrong. I asked them. I said they at the place. I said you got your service manual. Yeah, I went there to get it. And like I say, it's two or three. No, it's easy to transpose a letter or something, and they grab it. But they good at giving you the right one. I went and got it, but they sent me the wrong one. Did you tell them it was the wrong one? No, I didn't know I could do that. Come on, go get the other one. No. And the other thing too, you're gonna have to get appliancology some way to get manuals. I'm not the person that's gonna go and get manuals and email them to you. I don't have time to do that. Go to appliancology, get your manual, and go. And I'm not the person who's gonna look up and give you prices. You out there? I got a COD call, and I got to fix the dryer belt on a Samsung dryer. How much should I charge? You got the blue book? No. So why are you doing COD calls if you ain't got the blue book? That's the process you have to do. Uh, you know, go out, get the blue book. Then you know what to charge. You know. Mr. McKenna, check your voltage if you get the correct voltage department. Yeah, it's just that easy. Just that easy. Yeah, if you need to call in, that's the call in link. It's just that easy as that. If you check it and it's not there, hey, it's telling you it's bad. I know you get going back and forth outside with my customer. They're going to ask how long you've been doing this. Laugh out loud. That's a bad feeling, especially when you knew. Yeah, when you knew. That's what I'm gonna say. When you first start off, it's just building your confidence up. But now it doesn't matter. Once you get your confidence built up, it doesn't matter. Sometimes I told the customer, I gotta get a service manual. Matter of fact, we had one today, a coffee machine. I gotta get the service manual. The sub goes out there and everything works. They just say the coffee tastes bad. So I don't know. Maybe clean it out. I don't know. So I told them, let me get the service manual, see if there's some type of clean flush or something we can do, and then we'll give them a call back. But no, sometimes you have to do that. Tell them I gotta get the service manual. I'll be back. Or sometimes I gotta go out and download. I said, give me a few minutes to check this. I gotta go to the schematic and the service manual, and I'll be right back. There's no way you can remember all of this stuff in your head. Don't even try to remember it. Just too much. Triple R appliance repair. Hello, Mike. That sales system has been removed from my course. I signed up earlier to get all the courses. I did originally. Have It's not gone, but now it's gone. No, it's not gone. If you go into the course, go into the appliance boot camp, and you'll see a folder that says sales system in the appliance boot camp. So go there. It's inside of the appliance boot camp. It's not a separate course. Go inside the appliance boot camp, and it'll be there. Mike, sorry, but I'm giving some of the students too much credit. If they are calling you now, then what do you expect? Mike, sorry, but I are giving some of the students too much credit. If they are calling you now, what do you expect? Well, this is not people who've been doing it for months. What? No, the first couple of times they go out there, yeah, they might call because they're nervous. But after they've been going, somebody's been doing it 2 or 3 months. Nah, they ain't calling. No, they out there giving instructions and stuff. Once they get going, but this is for new people. We constantly have new people signing up every day, and new people going out there every day. So and so now we're what we call our actual age is actually, believe it or not, starting to decrease. Where we're getting people, a lot of people in their 20s and early 30s coming now. So the people who actually who were the pioneers here, no, they had careers. They had careers and they were grown men. So with them, they were okay, and they had a purpose of why they were. They're out here. Their purpose, they got retirement, they got kids in college, they buying houses, they just tired of their careers. They had a true purpose. Now you have people coming in who seen it and wants to be a part of it, and this is them going to be their first career, first thing they're doing right out of school, and with that, it's a little bit different person that we're getting. This is somebody who hasn't quite hasn't quite figured out that they're the boss. They're still looking for a boss, um, and they look for somebody to tell them what to do. And if American Home Shield won't tell them what to do, then Mike Sneed can tell them it's okay to do it. So that's what we're dealing with now. So, but now once they get going, we don't. Questions we get then it's just we talk just industry stuff and business stuff and people who've been doing it for several months and stuff. It's more business questions than it is about how to fix something. Matter of fact, the people who've been doing it, I know the ones been doing it a year, 2 years now. They're probably better technicians right now than I am because I don't go out there every day. They're out there every day doing 5 or 6 stops, and they're studying all this stuff all the time. So with them, they're a lot better technicians than I am. It's very seldom that I go out once a week to do the seal system stuff, and that's it. And they're a lot better. They're a lot better techs than I am. Mike, no, I have not worked on that heat pump dryer. I've seen it, but I ain't worked on it. They got the way you talk about it's a dryer that has a compressor in it. Now I think it used to be Bosch that had like a condensate dryer where they didn't have a heater element. It was like a condensate dryer. But no, I have not worked on that heat pump dryer. But yeah, that's to me. Ah man, I know I don't want to work on that. These seal system stuff. I'm doing it because it is great money in it. That's the thing too. I'm glad I got started early with the seal system. I thought this was my daughter. Like I said, my daughter graduating this Friday from high school, and she's going to college. So I thought I had until the end of so I thought I had until like August or something, like when I was going to school to pay for the college. But now they want you to, for her to go to the college she's going to. I got to make my payment, the first payment at the end of June. So if I hadn't started, this is crazy how the universe is. If I hadn't started doing that series of saving enough money to go to college, and I think last I checked, I'm at about 17, maybe 18,000. So I was calling it off this week anyway. But I got the money, so I'll be finishing that up. It's a great way to make enough money to pay for your kids to go to college. So I'm whatchamacall. I got the money from doing the sales systems to pay for her first year of college. I'm good. So I'm going to put that video out. But now I'm at a point where it's about 45,000 for me to fix my building. And I'm going to tell you now, I'm going to take the seal system and keep going, and take the seal system money and pay for a contractor to fix my building. I'm going to do some things to get the price down, but it's going to be about 45,000. I'm showing you all if you were to go buy one of these houses for $5,000 or $6,000, how you then can use appliance repair, especially seal system, or even just appliance repair. If you took if you took 2 to 3 days out the week, it would equate to not maybe one day out the week would equate to doing one seal system repair. So you could just start working on weekends, and you can make enough money to actually pay somebody to fix your house if you didn't want to fix the house. So my little houses, I pay $5,000 6,000 for less. You can fix them for about 40, 45, and it's gonna cost me 45 to fix these buildings I got up here. So I'll show you how I'm gonna use the seal system to do that. So I'm gonna continue doing the seal system until I get my building fixed. And after that, I let all of you all who are doing the seal system, y'all keep on putting stuff out there because there's enough of you all now from the alumni that's great at it. That's a lot better than I am at it. That's the if you want to get on, that's the link. All right. Hey, how you doing, Shimano Five? Excuse, say salute to Grandmaster Mike. Yep, that's the game right there. Free game, free game, free game, no doubt. Uh, Greg B, I had a dishwasher valve that broke, and the inlet valve had a crack in it. When I pulled the dishwasher out, water went everywhere. But I was quick with my thinking and pinched the water line. There you go. That's what happens, and you learn. So with that, you learn. I've had that happen on a second floor, an apartment, and water's running down, it's running through the ceiling of the floor up under it, and you learn off quick. When you're doing something like that with dishwasher, if I look under there, they got the white pipe. Hey, where your water shut off at? Especially in apartments, they be downstairs and all that stuff. I didn't know where the shut off valve was at. We're gonna turn this off while I do this. Uh, oh, the water valve was behind the dishwasher. Okay. Oh, wow. All right. Yeah, I think it need to be cleaned out. But I didn't. The sub didn't know how to run a clean cycle, and the homeowner had just bought the place, and they didn't know how to run a clean cycle. So we said we'll get the service manual, and we'll give them a copy of the user manual, and we'll go check it out. Okay, no problem. Hey, RE Appliance, what's going on? Okay, BK from Rocky. I'm still practicing. So you still practicing with appliances. I just finished diagnosing my mom's dryer for blown thermostat. Okay, there you go. Good stuff. Robert H, what's going on? Yeah, you don't want to buy from me because you're what you call it's gonna cost you too much. If you're down in Kinston, it should be like a Cash Wells or a D&L. Look for them and buy the parts from there. And with that, you get a lot better price. Lawrence Jones, greeting Mike and ABC family. I saw, yeah, they sent it. That's YouTube doing what YouTube do, sending notifications late. What's up, ABC Ken? Yeah, hit the like button, please, if you don't mind. I don't even know if that works now. I see, I've been telling you, I've been saying it forever that they have something going on, and I've seen a lot of people saying that, and the stuff that came out with Kwame and all that, I believe it. I believe it. I've been saying that forever. Uh, MA, you are giving too many students too much credit. Nah, they some of our best experiences are learning from mistakes. It is. Yeah, nah, they're good. They're good. Kirk, I hope everyone's cutting off water and power before we start pushing and pulling on these lines. Yeah, one time you'll learn. You'll do it. Yeah. Michael Count. Hey, Mike, I'm about to inherit my grandparents' old house. It needs a lot of work. Can you recommend a contractor? I don't know where you located at. What I normally do, just ride around in some of the old neighborhoods where somebody's doing flips and stuff, uh, and see who the crew is out there. You're gonna need to get you a electrician. You're gonna need to get you a plumber, and you're gonna need to get you a HVAC, and you're gonna need to get you a framer. And you just do that. You're gonna start off. You start off with the framer and the roof. Well, if it's leaking water, you're gonna start off with the roof, getting the roof done. And after you get the roof taken care of, save up your money. You get somebody to frame it up and fix all the rotten wood and all that stuff is done. And then from there, you go HVAC, you go you go plumbing. No, I take that back. You want to go plumbing first, then you go HVAC, and then you electrician. Because plumbers have certain places that they have to put their pipes. So it's easier to put the HVAC, run the HVAC and electrical around the plumbing pipes than try to run the plumbing pipes around the HVAC and electrical. So once you do that, you good. Then you find somebody that can hang your drywall. After somebody do your drywall, you get just about anybody to paint it, and you're good. It's not hard. Then you find out little stuff that you can do also. You'd be surprised what you can do. Greg B, don't you have appliance list? Oh, he got appliance list. Y'all got some good stuff. Yeah, yeah. DNL, they down there. They got the air shims and stuff. Okay. Oh, you in Winston, Salem. Yeah. Find out down there. There's plenty of people down there. I think Max Maxwell is. Yeah, he's from Winston. Maybe look him up and see who he uses. He do a lot of flips and stuff like that. Okay. Networking. All right. ABC Ken. When I first started, I had an issue with my first microwave. Calls Coach Lee. He told me diagnose it the way I taught you. So I never called asking for help again. Now 1 year in and four texts. Yep, there you go. Yep, that's normally what it is. I just tell them diagnose. Many of y'all have heard that. Heard that. Yep. Yep. And now 1 year, four texts. Man, that's great, Ken. Uh, yeah, that's great. That's great. All right, so now we're getting close to now. Man, that's great, Ken. I didn't know you had four already. That's super. And you gotta think when he say four texts, that's not paying somebody no 15, no 10, $12 an hour. He's supporting people, families, technicians. I mean, he gave if he got four techs, that's like having four paying somebody four engineering salary what he's doing there. And that's great that he's able to provide that type of employment for family and friends and stuff. And that is wonderful, man. And I tell you, man, the best feeling you have when those subs and those techs when they start buying houses and they start getting stuff for their kids and going sending the kids to college and they showing up with nicer tours than you got, man. That feels good. That really feels good. I'm always proud if I'm always proud when I can meet up at some of my subs houses and stuff and see that they living on the same level that I'm living at and stuff or even better. I just love to see that, and that's where the true joy stuff come in at. And once again, I want to tell everybody thank you for joining us for the Appliance Boot Camp. And like I say, the reason I do that, I know it's a little different with the how I approach stuff with the appliance, with showing you all the appliance repair business. I'm not building technicians. Right now, I'm not. I'm not building technicians. Right now, I'm building entrepreneurs and business owners. And with that, it's a difference than having a tech. You're an entrepreneur, you're a business owner. You pretty much a king in your area, and you have to be thinking like that. That you're in control of everything, and that you are the person that make all the decisions. You don't want to defer your power to someone else. You want to always be you want to get counsel, but every time you get ready to do something, you don't want to have to call me or call somebody else and constantly get input from them. You got to get out here and make some mistakes, and you're gonna get out here and learn this stuff. I'm telling you, once you learn it though, it sets you off into a atmosphere. It takes you off into a place that I couldn't even dream think about. Let's see here, uh, mailbox money, but this drop on desk money. So I come in, these right here, number fifties, like $800 in fifties that a compressor change that one of my subs sent me in, and here I got three checks, 355, 160, 212.50. So that's what you get. We got somebody calling in.
Uncle Mike, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's going on?
Hey, no, bro. How are you? How are you?
I'm doing good. How things going over there in Jersey?
It's going good. It's going good. The weather's finally breaking up there, so we making
Uh
it,
huh.
doing good, getting ready for the holiday. How's
Uh,
things going with you?
it's going good. It's been hot, man. It's been great for the ice cream parlor. It's been great here too. It's great. It's like almost probably upper 90s yesterday today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, a couple of things. You can hear me good, right? Cause
I hear you good.
all right, yeah, a couple of things, man. When you talking about those dryers,
Uh-huh.
the what you call those dryers again? Oh man, the ones you don't want to run
Condensate
out.
dryer or the heat pump dryer.
Heat pump dryer, yes sir. I had one last
You
week.
ran on some?
Yes sir. I had one last week.
Oh, okay. Tell us about it.
It was a Bloomberg. They called Bloomberg. And the customer complained about it was leaking from the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And I went there, I did my troubleshoot, before my pregame. I'm
Uh-huh.
like, this thing has the coil over the front, and it has where the air runs through it, and it builds condensation, and it
Uh-huh.
drips in the pan, and then the pump sucks it out, and it has like a pump where it holds in the back, or they have different models where they have the reservoir on top, but this one had the reservoir in the back, in the bottom left hand side. So I didn't. Oh, okay, the customer complained about water leaking. So I get there, and I looked at it. Okay, now I decided, where is this water coming from? It was coming from the condensation, because it blows the hot air through the whole dryer, because it's a no vent. It's a no vent, so it blows the hot air through the coils, and I didn't get to the compressor side of it because it was just a water leak. It wasn't like, the customer didn't complain about nothing else but the water leak. So all right, let's focus on the water leak. So what happened is the floor was that uneven where the machine was tilted forward, and it wasn't getting to the pump in the back when it filled up, and it was just leaking water out the front of it. So I and that's just one of the things, I didn't get into the Freon side of it, but I looked at this thing, I'm like, what is this thing? This is like, I think a German or something. It was, and I'm like, okay, I never dealt with it, but I got it done. I did, the research, the customer happy, they never called back. It was a warranty call, of course. And the second thing, when you said about people breaking things, so I had a dishwasher that needed just a drain hose. I said, okay, all right, needs a drain hose. All right, so I get the drain hose from Home Depot, a universal one. And I try. It's an older model. It was an old, very old model, and I'm trying to think of the name. It's called a Summit dishwasher. It was a Summit, and all right, I get the lady. I pull it. I call her. All right, I got your hose. I'm gonna try to put a universal one in. So I get there, pull the machine out. All right, and I didn't have to turn off the water or disconnect nothing, because it gave me enough clearance to pull it out. So I pulled it out, and the hose that I got, it wouldn't fit. It wouldn't go back in there. It wouldn't fit it because it was like an older model, so the universal hose wouldn't fit. So I told her, I was like, I got to call the warranty company, and it wouldn't fit. So she was like, okay. So I put everything back in, and guess what happened?
It came off.
No, the hose didn't come off. The whole machine wouldn't cut back on. The board fried.
Oh wow.
The board fried. So, and I'm like, oh my God, like this is like Friday, and I'm getting out of it because I had to DJ that night. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, the worst thing could happen on a Friday, and I'm trying to, this lady, like, machine was working fine, so I had to break down and tell her, like, look, I got good news and bad news, because she wanted a new machine because it was old anyway. I said, the good news is you're going to get another machine. The bad news is you're going to be without a dishwasher for a while. So at least a week or 2 weeks. But it was another warranty call, so I just called the warranty company, like, look, the board fried, I put everything back together, and now the unit's not turned on. I test the board, no power, no nothing going to it. So they was like, all right, well, they replaced it. So, it's little things like that, and when you think it's so simple that you can go in and do and get out real quick, and, you never know. And, man, it's been, like you said, following the blueprint, doing, the warranty jobs, and learning the hurdles and everything. Like today I had a drain pump on an older machine. I had to, it was my fault, because I should have took the drain pump out and brung it with me to the appliance place, where I get my parts. Actually, it was Marcone. I had to, and when I went out for the pump, I was like, all right, I need the pump, blah, blah, blah. So she gave me the pump. I got back to the person's house to try to put the pump in. It was the wrong pump. it was a different version pump. I'm like, ah. So I called them back. I was like, okay, I need the other pump. So they was like, okay, we got it. And I'm like, well, why didn't they tell me they had two different versions of the pump? You wasted my time, gas, and all this. So she was like, well, well, we didn't know you supposed to do the homework, which is true. And I'm like, you got it. Okay, so now that learned me a lesson. I learned the time and money and tolls because of course in Jersey you got to, in tolls you running back and forth through tolls. But it's like, that's a lesson learned because I spent like $10 in toll. But that was a lesson learned, even though that $10 in time too. That you can't get back the time. I didn't always get back the money. But it was like, I'm learning as we go. I'm steady learning, man. And like I said, doing the ceiling fans and bathrooms and the exhaust fans, it's just, cash customer COD is starting to pick up. And like you said, the business side, that's it's getting to learn to be, dealing with, because I got my niece, and now, and she's starting to, grow, and it's like she's want more, and I want to give her more, but then I have to deal with she's still young because I'm, I want to give her, a lot more responsibility, but when I get to her, responsibilities, and she's like, Uncle Reg, I didn't know what to do, this and that. I was like, that's okay, you learn it. But and and then she wants to, live her life as a young kid. And I'm like, okay, well, go out, you got the day off, whatever. She's like, well, I don't have my computer on me, and I'm okay,
Been there, done that.
yeah. So I'm like, wow, man. And it's like you said, the business side, as you turn, more and more, as you get, what you call it, the wedding, what's it, the honeymoon stage. As you get past that, it's just like, okay, now this is the real deal here. Now you got to really focus on what you're doing. But it's been blessing, man. I can't complain at all. And like I said, I'm gonna keep moving. I ain't gonna hold you too long. I'm gonna try to come down there for the Juneteenth.
Oh, please do.
Issue, and yeah, I want to bring the kids down and and enjoy it. So I have to DJ that Sunday. I have to do a wedding that Thursday, and then I should be free to come down. So, but hey, thank you, man. I appreciate you, all you guys, ABC fam. One love. Hey, keep going, guys. Keep going. Follow the blueprint. Follow the blueprint. Follow the blueprint. All right, Mike. All right, I'll talk to you later, man.
Thanks, sir.
All right. Bye.
Yeah, so there you go. Like I told you, I never done the condensate dryers and stuff. I told you we send people. I think Greg B been working on some. We send people that appliance boot camp alumni. They worked on it. So like I say, and they know more about it than I do. So when Mr. Terry out there and he went up on a condensate dryer, who he called? He knows to figure it out. He goes there and he just takes his time and he figured it out. He said, okay, the drain pump is leaking water. He see the water is there. He sees tilted to the front. It can't run to where the pump can suck it out. He fixes it, and that's what you do. It's something that comes through confidence of just going out there and doing it all the time. It's not you're not all, that's the only way you're going to do it. You're not going to be able to call if you start off calling people all the time, you're gonna end up calling people all the time. You ain't gonna never get the confidence to move out and do it on your own. So go ahead and follow the blueprint. If you get stuck, yes, reach out to me. If you get stuck, if you out there and you and the first couple of times you go out, yeah, I know you're scared and you're nervous. Call me then, and I'll walk you through it. But you have to get rid of those shivers, and you're gonna have to step up to the free throw line, take that free throw shot, or you have to step up to the plate and swing the bat. You're not gonna be able to sit there and just study, and you're gonna have to go. And like I said, this right here, this appliance repair is the best thing that ever happened to me and my family. If you would like to learn how to start your own appliance repair business, hit the description below. And it'll give you a link where you can go buy the course, and it works. And like I say, not only do I teach you how to start your own appliance repair business, but you get the dryer vent cleaning, you get the blender, you get the garage door, you're gonna get the ice cream parlor in 2 weeks, and you be getting the popcorn. We're doing cotton candy now. I'm still tossing back up with the hot dogs. Now that my friend, his restaurant, kind of got that kind of got squashed. Us doing the restaurant. And I apologized to him this weekend. I told him I felt bad. I'm gonna stop putting stuff out there until I know everything is secure, deals are secure. I felt really bad. I felt like I might have had something to do with that. But this little town is growing. Unfortunately, I've told people so many times that they need to come down and buy property here. Try to get people to buy some more of these properties. It's over with now. The door is closed. I think they got one property left that I see for sale, but the door pretty much closed. The prices are going up. They're not giving the builders away anymore. Everybody know what they got. It's a buzz around the county that this is the place to be, and we're getting to the point now where the town is starting to get a little swag about themselves, and they're starting to get the town itself is starting to get its confidence up, where it's now pushing out to do more things and to bring more people in. So yeah, the cat is out the bag. Unfortunately, the door has closed here to get in at the bottom rates and stuff like that now. The door is closed. But maybe there's some more towns out there. I'm gonna start going around. I went to Zebulon today. It's closed there. You ain't gonna be getting Zebulon. Zebulon further along than we are here. So I'm gonna start looking for some other little small towns that might be places where you can actually jump in now and start buying stuff for dirt cheap and build it back up. But unfortunately, I have to report that it's over with in Selma. The gold rush here is gone. The ship done sailed out, and nobody giving anything away now. Not even renting. So you can forget about that. Once again, I want to thank everybody for watching, and I'll be talking to you all again on Thursday. And like always, if you would like to talk to me more about the Appliance Boot Camp, you can reach me on Wednesdays between 1 and 4 Eastern Standard Time. You can call me at 919-373-5526. Now, I want to thank you all again, and I'll see you all on Thursday.